Adriana Carrillo, and this is my Internet lesson plan for iTech 7430, Fall 2019. My students went on a seasonal change investigation through our astronomy unit. The content standards that were focused on this unit were investigating relationships between the Sun, the Moon, and Earth, and how that affects our seasons globally. This was a multidisciplinary lesson that embedded graphing data collection and analyzation, as well as researching informational nonfiction text and writing an informational script for their final presentation. The net standards that were covered were using research databases to locate information, as well as using tech tools to collect data and collaborate with group members to create a presentation using digital tools. In order to prepare for this lesson, I used Plickers as a quick pre-assessment, which helped in designing their groups. Before giving students their groups, they explored BrainPop Junior video on Season, as well as a virtual reality 360 video of Earth's rotation. I did this as a review, as well as to garner attraction to the new unit. Students then explored in pairs different databases through MacinVIA. This is the BrainPop Junior video on Seasons that I used, as well as the 360 virtual reality of Earth's rotation. Students then went into MacinVIA to find DKFindOut, as well as PebbleGo. My on-level and ELL students used PebbleGo, and my more advanced and accelerated students used DKFindOut. What I like about PebbleGo for my ELL students was that it has a Spanish translation of the material for my non-English speakers. Through this first week of researching, students built upon their background knowledge and vocabulary development. For the new unit, we then concluded the week with a whole group Nearpod lesson on seasons. This was crucial to vocabulary and demonstration development. They were able to use the Nearpod to discuss amongst the class, as well as use visual and virtual experiences, collaboration boards, and quick formative assessments. By pairing students with different abilities, they were able to help and explain to teach one another. This is the Nearpod lesson that I used. It begins with the essential question: how does the tilt of Earth and its relationship with the Sun cause seasons? Then students will go through it as a whole group or in pairs. It was then time to prepare students with their groups. I grouped students with mixed abilities and definitive job roles. Students were given a contract to abide by, as well as a description of the jobs within their groups: presentation manager, data collector, artist, and journalist. The presentation manager was given a checklist of the group in order to keep them on track. As you can see here, the data collector was in charge of using the Excel spreadsheet to keep track of the daily temperature and weather patterns of Roswell and the country assigned in the Southern Hemisphere. The journalist was required to find facts on the assigned country using PebbleGo. And to create a script for their presentations. Students then chose to create a presentation of their graph and from the collected data, as well as the demonstration of how seasons are caused and why they look so different in the northern and southern hemisphere. They were to choose from PowerPoint, TouchCast, or Seesaw. They were then graded based on the group presentation rubric with 4 elements: graph and data collection, collaboration, communication, and researching informational text. The challenges that I came across were time. We were only allotted 45 minutes of science a day, but this can be changed next year to also integrate it into my reading block. Another concept that I will need to work on is tech training on these particular tech tools throughout the year, so that it will be easier for all group members to troubleshoot rather than relying on 5 students who are experts in the class. Also, knowledge of the different hemispheres and exposure to them to more global concepts that will help them with the confusion based on relating how the world experiences different seasons across each hemisphere. Overall, it was a great exposure and learning curve for all. They enjoyed tracking and learning about how our relationships with the sun and the moon are so vital.